Hey guys, what is up? Spectre here, and I'm here with another casual Friday that I'm actually recording on Thursday night because I just went on a really interesting adventure that wasted like the last 2.5 hours of my life. I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's like a new survival mode coming to The Division where you have to manage things like heat and your health bar and not freezing to death or starving to death or whatever, being exposed to the elements. But basically, I got to do that in real life New York City just now. I was on the phone with PlayStation support, which I'm like 5 seconds away from getting rid of my PlayStation at this point because they're just making a bunch of decisions that are annoying the hell out of me. But that aside, it's really just because I'm annoyed that this happened. But anyway, I was calling support because like, I haven't been able to like pre-order anything on my PlayStation or even like make any purchases because suddenly my cards don't work that are attached to my account, and I've like looked on forums and other people have this issue and no one's had it solved by Sony or by solving it themselves. So yeah, so I was on hold with them and they said, you know, my wait was about 20 minutes. So I was like, all right, let me leave my phone on my desk on speaker and let me go do some stuff around the house. So I'm milling about, and I'm like, let me go check the mail. Mind you, alright, my phone is still on my desk. My keys, I don't grab them, I just grab the key to the mailbox, which I live in an apartment building in the city, so yeah, I need a key, and I live on the first floor, it's literally across the hall from me. So, I go out and I check that mail. Titanfall's in there. Happy. But as the door closes behind me, I remember that I'm not sure if the automatic lock on the bottom of my door is on or not. And to my absolute horror, I turn around and, yep, the door is locked. It is winter in New York City. I am in jeans, a tank top, and my socks. I was home. I was relaxing. It's not so relaxing outside in the winter in that attire. Yeah. So I'm standing out there and I'm like, shit, what do I do? And I walk outside because my window is ground level. And it has bars on it because, not like, it has like these decorative bars on it that look nice, one, and two, it's because I live on the ground level in New York City. Yeah, security measure. And, god damn it, and my window is closed. I force it open, and I still can't reach anything, really, because there's bars. I can get like up to my shoulder into the apartment, and yeah, and my desk is literally, it's right next to my window, and my phone is there charging. Like, my phone is literally like feet away from me, and I'm staring at it because it's the only way to call anyone else who might have their keys on them to come and unlock the damn door for me. So I'm frustrated and I'm milling about for a minute or two, just like racking my brain, like, what do I do? I don't have my phone on me again. I don't even have my wallet in my back pocket. I took it out and it was also next to my phone on my desk. So I'm just like, shit, all I have is this mailbox key and my mail to sort of prove to anyone who walks by that I'm not breaking into an apartment, that I'm breaking into my own apartment. And yeah, so I finally, I even went to the super and I asked them if they had like a master key or a spare key just for the bottom locks for everyone's door. No, they don't. They used to do that, but they don't anymore, which is real fucking convenient for me. But anyway, so I'm back to milling about in front of my window, and I realized that as if I could move my desk over and somehow finagle all the crap on my desk so that I could get my phone, then I can make this call. Well, I can't reach my desk. There's books on the left side of the window, and my desk is on the right side of the window. So I reach my arm in and I grab a book, and I start using it to nudge the desk. There's a radiator in between the desk and the other side of the window, so I have to essentially push my desk around the radiator while still keeping it within distance of me being able to touch it with this book. It's not going to happen. The desk has 2 monitors on it, all my crap in it. It's not going to happen. So I'm like, shit, if I had like a broomstick or something. So I look, nobody's thrown out a broomstick or anything remotely in the shape of a stick that I could stick in the window and sort of like hook the leg of my desk with, to start dragging it over so that it's in front of the window, not next to it. Again, I look like a crazy person or someone who's breaking into an apartment. So I'm really hoping that today my neighbors don't decide to be vigilant and like call the cops or anything, because it just wouldn't have looked good. But yeah, so who is this person that's on my radar? Oh, hi. There we go. So I walk back into my building, and there's this crawl space, and there's a crawl space that I remember I used to hide in as a little kid and play hide and go seek in, but now it's covered with plywood because I don't know. I guess they don't want people's kids playing hide and seek in there. I don't know. Whatever. It's not covered very well. It's covered like haphazardly with like, a thin sheet of plywood and a 2x4. So I grab the 2x4. I kind of rip off the 2x4, but I put it back. Don't worry. Went back there with some screws and a drill, and I put it back. But I took it off. I ripped off the 2x4. And because it was, holding this like really shitty wall together, it wasn't even a wall, it was a piece of plywood. It had nails sticking out of the side, and those are essential. So I take this thing and I like jam it in my window quickly, because that looks sketchy as shit. Some random guy outside a window jamming stuff in there. So I begin to wedge it between the leg of the leg of my desk and the radiator, and I start nudging my desk over and nudging it over. And now my desk is pretty much square in front of my window, which is not supposed to be the case because my cables are managed to a certain length. So I knew I was ripping shit out of the wall, and I literally had to bend half of my plugs back, the prongs, properly, because I damaged one of them in the process. But I was like, fuck it, I need to get inside. It's freezing cold, and everyone else in the house was having a night on the town, so like help wasn't coming anytime soon. So, and again, I was freezing. So I'm pulling it. I know I'm screwing stuff up. I don't care. I just want my phone. So finally, it's in front of me. And then I realize I still can't reach my goddamn phone. It is at the front edge. So like, let's say I was sitting at my desk. It would have been close to the edge, like closest to me, sitting at it, facing it. So of course I'm behind it now, through a window, 2 monitors in my way. What the hell am I gonna do? I reach in and I have to unplug the LEDs that are running behind both of my monitors. So I unplug them from one another so that I can split them, like push one to each side, essentially. I do that. Fine. I knock over my controller and a bunch of stuff that was on my desk in the process, by accident. Whatever. It's a sacrifice. This is like fucking crunch time. I didn't care. Like, I just needed to get mission accomplished. As long as the monitors didn't go down, I didn't care. So I pull them apart. So now I can see a clear gap between my monitor, straight across the desk. I see my phone precariously on the other edge, and I'm like, shit, I gotta get this. So I reach out, and I just managed to grab my Corsair keyboard. It's not fucking long enough. I'm just like, I'm yanking on the XL mouse pad. It's inching closer to me. Not close enough, though. And I'm really worried that if it inches the wrong way, boom, on the floor, game over at that point. So I get the 2x4 again, and I realize that as long as I move this keyboard out of the way and I clear some space for the monitors, I can jam this 2x4 between the monitors, through the window, between the monitors, and across the desk, And this is where those nails that were sticking out of the 2x4 come in. My phone is charging. So if I can get the nail to pull on the cord, I can just drag my phone across the desk. Done deal. I'm sitting there trying to precariously do this so that I don't knock it off, I don't scratch my phone, I don't do all this stuff. Boom. I get it across. I reach through. I'm on my tiptoes. I'm like 5'10-ish, 5'11". I'm not super tall, but I'm not short, but it's not helping. I finally get my phone into my hands. And I feel like I just, like, you know those escape games, like, that you play? I feel like this was a weird reversal of that, and I feel like I just solved, like, some crazy-ass puzzle. And I'm super happy with myself. And I don't know how we won that game, because I've been mindlessly running around, because I'm more focused on telling the story. But great. Damn it, I didn't use a 3 of coins, though. But anyway, I'm super happy with myself. But now I'm there with my phone. Now I gotta make some calls. I call one person that I live with. Ooh, nice. Nice. I call one person. They're like, I'm by 42nd Street, out at a bar, can't help, whatever. If you really need me, I'll come home. And it was that kind of voice that was like, don't ask me to come home. I'm gonna be pissed. So I was like, fine, dude. So I call. So I make it my second call. And they're like, I'm at a bar, which was 4 blocks away from the other bar. And they're like, but I can put him on a cab, like in a cab for you, and have them drive them up to you. Fine. Fuck. It's honestly faster than anyone getting on a train to bring me keys. It's just whatever. So they put them on. So now I'm waiting. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed, live in a cold enough place. iPhones that are made in an all-metal body die faster in extreme cold. So I'm sitting there trying to, like, verify, like, who, like, when this guy's getting here. He has my number, apparently. He's gonna call me. I have 15% of battery. I'm trying to coordinate with, did you give the cab driver the keys yet? What's going on? So I have to keep my phone in my pocket as much as possible so that it's not exposed to cold, so it's not dying faster, but I also need to use it, but I'm trying not to kill it while I'm using it to figure out what's going on. I had to juggle this, but at the same time, I kept using my phone as, like, this, like, sort of barrier for, like, because people were coming in and out of my building. I'm a guy standing there with no shoes on, in a tank top in the winter. I looked like, I don't know what I look like. Fill that blank in yourself. I don't want to sound ignorant filling it with anything, but I don't look like I'm there for any good purpose. And I attract a few stares, so my only way to deflect that is to, like, lean on the wall and just look at my phone. So more people are coming, I'm like, shit, and I'm, like, scrolling down my phone, I'm on Twitter, I'm like, I have the brightness all the way down, I'm trying to just look like, I'm trying to just fucking blend into the wall, basically, because I'm embarrassed. It's getting down to 10%, it's 40 minutes later, and mind you, I spent, like, 40 to 50 minutes getting the phone. So, whatever. He's not here yet, I'm on, like, 9%. I'm like, shit, if my phone decides to just shut off in the cold, I'm screwed. This guy has no way to contact me. I don't know when anyone else is coming home. I was just like, shit. I hate my life right now. And eventually the guy comes, I get the keys, and I run inside. I'm like, I need to go get the money. I'm locked out. I'll leave my phone with you if you want. He's like, no, I trust you. Go ahead. Which, like, honestly, like, I appreciate that, because I could have been a scumbag and not come back down to, like, pay you. I live in a huge apartment building. You wouldn't have found me. But I wouldn't do some shit like that. But I appreciated that he trusted me. So I run up trying to find the money. I have no cash on me. Just my card. I don't like walking around with cash. Not many people do in New York City. So I have to make another call. And they're like, oh, it's in this convoluted ass set of drawers. Like, it's their life savings hidden in, like, a convoluted place that I'm trying to, like, find desperately. Like, every second I'm ticking, I'm like, oh god, that guy thinks that I'm abandoning him. Shit. You know, I'm like, he thinks I'm some kind of scumbag who's trying to rip him off. But I finally get the money, I run it down to him, I give him a tip, and, you know, I gotta pay back this money now. So I tip the guy out of the lent money, but, you know, of course I'm gonna pay that back. But this was all because I just wanted to play Dishonored. all of it. This all started with me just wanting to fucking play Dishonored. Like, if you pre-order, you get day early access. I would be able to play it right now. And for some reason, my card just wouldn't let me. It wasn't going through. There's nothing wrong with my card. I called my bank. They're like, everything's fine. Like, your card's not frozen for any fraud reasons. You know, I'm not, I'm a broke college student. I ain't that broke. That's not the issue. You know, like, I just wanted to play the damn game. And then I was like, I'm on hold. Let me go check the mail. And this happens. That was like an ordeal. And I'm like really annoyed because I had stuff to do. I had video to edit. I have exams next week. And who am I fucking kidding? I really wanted to play Dishonored. And now I'm just going to spend the night playing Titanfall because that came in the mail from Gamefly. But just, good lord, people. Notice when if you have one of those locks that locks automatically, if you like, there's like the button you could hit on the side of the door. Take fucking notice, people. Don't get locked out of your house in the winter, in like a northern state, in like an area that gets cold. Just don't do it. Especially not in a tank top and some socks. Like, I couldn't even, like, I have family members who live close to me, and I couldn't even, like, go walk to their house. I'm like, how am I gonna look walking through the streets of New York in socks? And I also had no guarantee that those people were home because I had no phone to make sure they were home. It was a shit show. It was a real shit show. Like this match that I'm playing right now. It was, wow. Not my proudest moment either. I spent my day today arguing politics with a lot of people because I'm a very politically inclined person. I've been politically active for years. And I know my way around those conversations. And to spend your day trying to have intellectual conversations and then being the dumb asshole who locks himself out of his house, it was not a proud moment for me. But hey, it happens to everybody. It just tonight was not the night I needed that to happen. I still wonder how Dishonored is. I'm not gonna know until tomorrow. But tonight I can play Titanfall. But like, I'm not even excited to play Titanfall now, even though I love Titanfall. That is not what I wanted to play. I wanted to escape into some like rich, narrative and world, which that looked like what they were trying to deliver with this game, with Dishonored 2. And I just wanted to, kind of fall into that. Especially considering what's going on in the real world right now that I'm not happy about. Yeah, I just really wanted to dive into something like that. And now I'm gonna go fight people and robots after this match. Thank you for listening to that rambling story and my bitching. It really is my fault at the end of the day. But good lord, like, I feel like I just went through an ordeal. I feel like I just like survive some sort of, being cast away somewhere. Good gracious. Anyway, I hope you guys have a better Thursday evening. Or had, rather, you'll be hearing this after the fact. Had a better Thursday evening than I did. And have a better Friday evening than I probably will. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys have been playing Skyrim Special Edition, namely on PS4, because Sony hates us and won't let us have full mods, I've been, making some videos specifically for PlayStation 4 users. If you play on another console, though, I'm pretty sure those mods will be available to you, because Xbox One and PC obviously is superior when it comes to modding, but Xbox One is also superior when it comes to modding, apparently, because of Sony's terrible, absolutely atrocious judgment. I'm sounding bitter. I sound bitter. I should stop. But yeah, those videos are up and available, so definitely do check those out if that's something you're interested in. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching, guys.
Your victory gives the city hope.